Good morning, grade 9. Today we're going to solve equations, but this equation, you will see that it will have fractions. So how we can solve equation with fractions? There is two methods. The method number one is cross multiplication, and the method two, multiplying by the LCM, which is the lowest common multiple. So cross multiplication, what the meaning of cross multiplication and how it works? Let's say I have a fraction like 3/6. If I'm asking myself, how can I find another equivalent fraction to 3/6? I'm going to divide both by 3. So it's going to be 1/2. So half, it's exactly like 3/6. Now, how to prove the cross multiplication? Cross multiplication saying what? That if you have something like that, you can multiply 6 by 1. And this 6 by 1, right away, it will give you the same result as 3 times 2. So let's check, is it really correct or not? So I'm going to say 3 times 2 equal really 1 times 6? For sure, yes. That's why we are saying the cross multiplication can help me to solve this equation. By saying what? By saying, why I don't multiply 5 by a minus 3? And this will give me exactly the same thing as a times 2. So let's see how we can solve something like that. A times 2, that means 2a, equal 5 times a minus 3. So now, let's check this equation. First of all, if I'm doing that, I can say 2a equal, and with the distributive property, it's going to give me 5a minus 15. Now, I will check. I transfer this shape to this shape, and both they are the same. Which is better, the fraction one or one-line equation like this one? For sure, this is more easy than the first one. So this is how we can use a cross multiplication to transfer an equation with the format of the fraction to a normal equation with this way. Now it's very easy to gather or make all the variable in one side and all the constant the other side, and after that isolate the variable to solve the equation. So now I have 2a. And you remember, if I want to change the position of any term, I change the sign. So positive 5a, it will become negative 5a, equal negative 15. Why I did that? Because I need to combine all the variable together in one side and all the constant in the other side. So 2a negative 5a, it will give me negative 3a, equal negative 15. Now I can use the inverse method by dividing both sides by negative 3. So with this way, I can isolate a, and the answer is going to be 5. I can check left side and right side. If I substitute a by 5, it will give me a true equation. Let's check. A over 5. This, it will become 5 over 5. That means it's 1. Let's check the right side. It was a minus 3 over 2. That means 5 minus 3 over 2. That means 2 over 2. That means 1. That means left side equal right side. So my work is 100% correct. Now, can I solve the same problem with another method? Yes. We call this method multiplying by the lowest common multiple. If you see here, I have a over 5 equal a minus 3 over 2. I don't like to see the equation with this shape, like with fraction. So I need to find a way to make the 2 and the 5 disappear. So maybe I need to multiply the left side and the right side by something to make the 5 and 2 disappear. But if I choose the right side to multiply it by 2, it will be great, but it's not a really good option for 2 times a over 5. And if I say, okay, the left side I need to multiply it by 5, so I can simplify 5 by 5, but for the right side, 5 is not a good option for 5 and 2, so I cannot simplify. So what is a better option? The better option is to find the lowest common multiple of the 5 and the 2. And actually, the lowest common multiple is going to be the multiplication of 5 and 2, which is 10. So that means if I multiply both sides by 10, it will solve my problem. And don't forget, when I'm doing that, when I'm multiplying one side by something, I have to do it exactly the same thing in the other side to keep the balance. So now, can I solve the problem with this way? Yes, for sure. 10, I can simplify it with 5. It will give me 2. 10, I can simplify it with 2. It will give me 5. So that means 2 times a is 2a equal to 5 times a minus 3. And you will be surprised that this is exactly the same as this one. Exactly the same. So I reach this one by using the method of the cross multiplication. But I discovered this one by multiplying by the lowest common multiple. Both, they lead to the same thing. And after that, for sure, if I continue, I will get the same answer. 2a equal, I distribute the 5. So 5a minus 15. I will ask the 5a to go to the other side to combine all the variables, but don't forget to change the positive to negative 5a equal to negative 15. The 2a and the negative 5, it will give me negative 3a equal negative 15. And with the inverse method, I can divide both by negative 3 to isolate the a, and it will give me right away the same answer, a equal 5, as the method that I use here with the cross multiplication, a equal 5. I hope that you understood the two methods of cross multiplication and multiplying by the lowest common multiple to solve an equation with fraction. Thank you for listening.